What's going on, guys? What is going on? Oh, goodness. Hey, Sparky number one in there again. Bruce Wayne. Darren, what's up? Sparky B, Arizona. Cowboy Church. Captain Switch. Bruce Wayne. I'm Batman. Sorry. Divine. A. Muse. Indigo. Payne. Judith. I'm Batman. Just kidding. Julia Watson. Julie Watson, sorry. Northeast Ohio. Hey, that's pretty close to me. Oh, no. I'm close. Never mind. I'm in Indiana, but not, yeah, you're closer to, well, you'd be over there with Pennsylvania and stuff. To Luca. If I say that right, sorry. Stephanie, Penny, Victoria. Sparky again, Susan, Cowboy, Kimberly, Sherry, Diane, Carolyn, James, Jim, Rose, Angie. I'm Batman. Sorry, I need to quit. Sorry about that. Hey, Jill, what's up? Felicia, Jim Williams, Candace, hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Uh-oh, Boogie Down Bronx is up in here. Boogie Down Bronx, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to boogie down. Hey, when all this blows over, I'm coming to the Bronx, man. We're gonna go hit the clubs, man. We're going to hit the club. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Babs, Susan, I already said hi to you guys. Samuel, hey, what's up? Darren, Eric, Frequency Revolution, Brenda Gale, Angelo, again, Candace. Okay, guys. Yeah. I do want to say, thanks to a few people here real quick before we get going. I am going to bring this list up right here real quick, but I want to read out a couple people's names here. Guys, I can't tell you how much this really it means more that you guys care enough to even do something like this for me. It's not so much the monetary thing. It's really not. It's the thought. And I'm telling you, you guys are, oh man, just so, yeah. I just appreciate every last one of you guys. And again, guys, you guys, you don't have to do this. I'm still going to appreciate you. It doesn't matter. This does matter. That's not what I'm saying. That's why I'm pointing it out. But I'm still going to appreciate you. I love all you guys, and I really do, value what you guys have given to me, which is, a family. It's a new family I didn't expect to have. And it's got me through some pretty dark times, and I do appreciate it. So with that being said, along with everybody else that's on this list here, I got a couple I haven't added to the list yet. And I'm going to go ahead and read the names off on here because I just haven't had a chance to, give you guys the proper thanks. So Dan T. I don't want to read somebody's last name, okay? That's why I do that. Unless they give me explicit permission to say something like that, I'm not going to say somebody's full name. Alexandria, Pamela, David, Patricia, Adam, Dana S, Jill, once again. Jill, you're awesome. I mean, really. Yeah. Juco K, Angela M, okay? Thank you guys so much. I really so much appreciate this. I don't think you guys understand what this is actually doing for me right now. And that's why I try not to bring my own personal stuff out here because you guys got your own stuff you need to deal with, right? And that's why I don't typically do, but I feel kind of obligated to tell you because you've been helping, giving me money and stuff here with the donations. And I am going to be getting we're looking at getting just a used car to replace the one I got because the one I have, none of the windows work on it now. Replacing door window motors on the car that I have, it would cost more than what it's worth. So I just need a beater to get back and forth to work. That's it. That's all I want. I don't have to have nothing because I don't. I have never driven a new car ever. Never. My wife has always got the better of the vehicles. I make sure of that, make sure my family's safe and stuff, but that's what I do. And, guys, I've lived in this same house for over 20 years, and, I don't even have my own space. And, and when I say that, I truly mean that. I'm sitting here right now with you guys in the living room of my house on a TV tray that has a blanket on it that holds my laptop and a mouse pad. That's what I'm doing these videos on. Okay? That's one of the reasons why I'm not on camera. You know, that, and I don't want to break the lens. But anyway, you know, I've been on camera before. You guys, I mean, you can go back, you can find me. I've been on some live streams and stuff. It's not that I care about that, because I don't. But I want to have a space of my own, and I think I'm going to, you know, just take like half the room where my wife sews, and I want to just kind of partition it off and make just a really, really small area just to have my computer and that kind of thing sitting there, so I could come do. I like to have two screens, because when you're using OBS, people that have never used that, you have to transfer between scenes. Okay, and when you do that, it's easier if you have like a second screen that you could pull stuff over to, and I could have the chat running there. I wouldn't have to have it out here, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I would do with that, and that's my goal right now, and I'll probably be able to make it happen because of your guys' generosity, and that's really what I'm saying here. Because I couldn't do it without that. I mean, I just don't have the funds, and I don't bring that to you guys, right? And I'm not going to. And the only reason I talk about it now is because people have been giving to me, and I want them to understand that they're giving, you know, I know that they don't expect any explanation, but this is where my money's going to go. It's not going to be going to whatever, you know, I'm not going to go to the boat and gamble with it or anything like that. You know, so just so you guys know that, you know, people that are giving, just understand I appreciate you that much, enough to be completely transparent with what, you know, with where this money would go, and what it would be used for. Of course, bills and stuff too does come up. Okay. And again, guys, listen, you can run your YouTube channel at a very minimal cost, and that's what I've been doing, and that's why I've been able to, you know, operate like I have so far. It doesn't really cost, you know, you can find free apps, you can find free editing software, and that's where I'm at, okay? And that's what I use. And I've learned that you can make pretty decent videos with it. Now, granted, I ain't the best, you know, like 4K broadcasting type of situation here. I don't have a camera. I use my laptop. So, anyway, I hope to upgrade some of that stuff so the experience here isn't just me sitting here showing you information and dropping it at that. I like to have a little bit of entertainment value and a little bit of professionalism there to let people know that I actually care about that. Because people that are new, that are getting into this, if they see that I've been doing this for as long as I have, and I'm still like, oh, I don't know, you can barely see me because the picture's all blurred out, or I'm using certain things, you know, instead of a screen recorder like I'm using right here, I'll have another camera videotaping my computer. I've never understood that, because the screen recorders are free. What OBS is free. So, you know, you don't have to do that. And the quality that you get is so much better, and I say that for everybody that's doing that, because if you need my help with that, I can help. I can show you guys how to do that. It's not that hard. I was, you know, timid of it too at first. Then I started doing some of these live streams, and I got real comfortable real quick. So, you know, even if you don't do live streams, you can use the screen recording option. That's it. OBS has that, and it's free. So, anyway, I do appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. So I read off the new names and stuff, and listen, yeah, Jill, I appreciate you so much. You know, we did get the situation there. Instead of at the P.O. box, you sent it a different direction, and that did work, and we've got it. I want you to know that. So that way you can kind of set your mind at ease there. So I do appreciate all that you guys have been doing for me. So that's but yeah, a motherboard, huh? That'd be cool. I don't know what, I've never built a computer, So, yeah, my son could probably help me with that. But yeah, I mean, you can just email me, David, and maybe we'll talk about something there and work something out. That would be cool, because I do want to get a desktop and make everything kind of a permanent situation there. That way I can go in, do my video stuff, and come back out, and I don't have to take so much time, you know. And that's why I've continued to do live streams, because they don't take as much time, believe it or not. I don't have to edit these things. I set up the tabs and I roll. I mean, that's just how it works. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into the information here, and the data and stuff I want to show you guys. Before I do that, I'll do this one time like I said I was going to. Just one time. I'm not going to sit here and beat it to death, because I'm uncomfortable even doing this. I want you guys to know that. I hate doing this. I really do. It makes me so uncomfortable, it's crazy. But I'm going to do it anyway, because I know you guys have asked me to do that, so I will. And I appreciate that. I don't feel, you know, like guilty or anything like that. It's not like that at all, okay? Just so you know. Because I do put a lot of work into these, and that's what it is. But anyway, guys, there's my PayPal link. Here is my, this is my wife's, eBay store. She is, she does a lot of different Santa hats. I've taken you guys there and shown you before. So there's that. If you guys want to check out some Santa hats, I would encourage going over here. Check them out. I mean, they're right here. They're very reasonably priced. Once she gets past this, we're actually making, she's making masks too, but she just doesn't have any of them listed. Right now, she's got a big order she's trying to fill. And it's got Grinch masks and stuff like that. So it's really cool stuff. Whether you think the global illness is what it is, the fact is that they're going to make us wear those things. And that really sucks. Me and her both push against it. But people want them. You know, they want to be personalized. So that's why she's making them. Because it does help. If you can get one that's comfortable, it ain't such a big deal. But, you know, that is what it is. She even makes some with pockets in the front, so you can, like, cut out furnace filters and make your own, like, not technical N95 mask, but it's close. You know, it's a little bit better than just nothing. So with that being said, thank you guys for listening to my little spiel there, and I appreciate all of you guys that even just come here. The best thing you can do for me is pray for me and just try to share the videos. I'm being serious when I say that. That means more to me, because you know, my message and what I've been trying to do here for a very long time is more important than anything I could gain monetarily. And that's just how I feel. But I want you guys also to know that I appreciate this help, because it does help me. It takes a lot of stress off me. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I've had more time to do stuff. And that's because I ain't so distracted because of other issues going on, because of your guys' help. So thank you. All right. Now, listen. Here's the Schumann, and we'll get going here. Hey, Rip, what's up, bud? Jill, there you go. Put your PayPal on your ticker screen. Yeah, I guess I could do that, couldn't I? I really haven't thought about that. That's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you for that idea. I'll do that. Yeah, Candace, they are, ain't they? They're pretty cool. She has a bunch more. She just hasn't had enough time to list them. She's got like 80 of them listed, but she does so many different ones. She's made stuff that was in the Macy's Day Parade with a, Thanksgiving Day Parade with a dance crew out of, was it South Carolina, I think? She gets a reoccurring order there. This year it kind of backed off because of everything that's going on, but that's something she's proud of, and she should be. Hey, Sid, what's up? Arizona, what's up? Okay, here we go. Here's the big flare that happened. I showed that to you guys yesterday. We've had, so subsequently little small ones popping here and there, but you can still see how they're almost getting into sea range, just because our base is up here kind of high. Now, geomagnetic activity, it's starting actually to get almost too low. If that drops down to 0 for any length of time there, we'll have to start being concerned for, hey Trish, cosmic rays. So, yeah. Yeah, David, it is kind of hard, isn't it? I went from a 23-inch high definition laptop, not laptop, but PC screen to this is what I'm using right now, which is like a 14-inch screen. No, it's a little bigger than that. No, it's 14, like 14 and a half, I think. But I was fortunate enough, guys, just so you know, Mike Sproul up in Michigan, Steve over at WSO got me in contact with him, and me and Mike are friends. Been trying to get a hold of him. He hasn't called me back. I've been trying. Maybe I'm doing the wrong number or something. I don't know. I don't think so, though. But this guy sent me a computer that he had at his house, and it didn't work. And so I called him just to let him know, hey man, this is why I'm still using my phone. This is why, because he was just trying to help me. The next day, he had a computer at my house. He went straight to Best Buy and bought me one and had it sent here. That's the kind of people we're dealing with here, guys. Good people. Good people. I never, ever expected anything like that. People just to give just because they can and they want to help people. And it's the same thing as paying it forward. So, anyway, I don't want to, kind of harp on that. But I like to give credit where credit's due. And, he did. He helped me a lot. And even with just that one gesture, I've gotten a good friend out of it. And that's more important. So, anyway. Ace data. So here we go. Yeah, exactly. Fear. It's definitely... I'm going to put the chat away, guys, because I like talking to you guys too much. Sorry. I do want to get into this so you guys can at least get this, and then I'll ask questions at the end. Something strange on this, guys. They usually have lines going down the middle of this, and they've taken it out, and I don't know why. It doesn't really affect what we're looking at. Maybe it's an upgrade to their model. I don't know. But as far as the data itself goes, you can see how the range on the density and the solar wind speed is where it should be. And we're really stable right now. But that's not going to stay like that, okay? And I'll show you why here in just a few minutes. But we got, temperature kind of fluctuating a little, not much. The BZ, yes, it's dipping down into the negative every once in a while. But again, nothing excessive. The Enlil model. Guys, I'm getting to the point where I almost just don't even... This thing here is just really strange. It shouldn't change this much. And it does. It really bothers me. Because I want to be able to trust it, but you can't. You got to scrutinize it every time and then try to pick out what's actually going on. Again, this is historic. We're right here in time. The green line is the conditions at Earth. So everything behind that is 2 days behind us has actually happened. So the model's saying this is the reading it got. Now, this tries to predict 5 days out in advance. You can see how the density, it's not supposed to be getting real crazy high. The velocity, it's saying it's going to tank down. But this is conditions at stereo B and A. That's why these numbers got so high. When one of them does it in each one of these little sections, all three of them will read the same range. But it's showing that really nothing's going to happen in the next couple days. I'm not so sure I'm with that, okay? And I'll show you why in a minute. The electron flux has actually went back to not really a bunch of electrons flying around right now. Nothing's fluctuating. It's went to a consistent amount. So that's good. So magnometer, you can see it's not jumping around, no spiking going on. Here's the total electron count. I showed you guys this the other day. You can see how it's back to moving around a little bit. And that's because some of the electrons have left now. They got flushed out. This is the absorption rate. Basically, you're seeing X-ray. okay, getting absorbed into our atmosphere. Now remember, yesterday I showed you guys one that happened, the brunt of it was kind of like right in here. And then we had, right after that, we had that 5.3, actually USGS upgraded it to 5.4, which is unusual for them to do anyway, right where that flare hit, at that exact time. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say that that didn't have anything to do with it, because it most certainly did, in my opinion. Now, this is another little flare here, okay? That's what we're seeing here. They're not big ones, but that had potential right there. Okay, you see the dB level up here? It got almost to 5. Now, that big one yesterday was out here to 15. Okay? And you see how stuff is kind of hanging around? Again, this is x-rays. You know, you go to the doctor and you got something wrong with you, they take an x-ray, right? This is the same thing. So, in other words, that energy gets here in 8 minutes and it's gone just as fast as it gets here. Now, the CME is what we concern ourselves with after that. Because usually with the bigger flare, there's a CME with it. And vice versa. Sometimes the CME happens first. Okay? This is the magnetopause models. These things are kind of coming down into normal stuff now too. Okay? You can see we're still getting a little bit of fluctuation here, which is why it looks like we're getting little waves coming and going. But nothing excessive here, guys. This is like right down the middle. Nothing strange here. It just looks very normal. Again here, you know, density, same thing. I showed you guys that one from yesterday that I took a video of. Actually, we can go look at that real quick if you want to check it out again. But you can see how we're getting little waves of density here. Now, it's not really waves of density. When you see the white is lower density. So if you see a white wave coming, that's a section of space that's actually less dense. I know it looks like it's coming at us and it hits us, but it's less dense than what's actually already there. So watch what happens right here. See how I got kind of white? That's less dense than what's right here. And then it went dark because the density was behind it. The pressure, obviously this is probably one of the bigger ones we look at because, you know, it still is kind of egg-shaped. So we're not just perfectly round, like, you know, kind of stretching out towards the back like we used to be. You know, this isn't so far out of the normal. It is, you know, it's a little kind of strange. And we're still seeing like directional stuff here. If you see here how we got more pressure down here on this side more. Right? And I've been showing you guys that little anomaly up here that's been showing up here. It makes this graph here look almost like a bird on its side. That would be its eyeball, that would be its beak, right? It has nothing to do with birds, it's just what it looked like. Let's not go there yet. Here's the Australian model. Okay, this is showing the few hours we've got on the 15th right now, the 25th. It's not much, there's not enough time there to really mess with it, but here's the 24th. This will bounce around some. I like this model the best because it's the simplest and everybody can pretty much understand it with what I'm getting ready to say. This is the density. That's the speed, and that's the angle of which it's coming in. If it's in the negative, the angle is best to bring stuff into our system. Did you see us push out right there? Okay, so what happens is we get compressed, and then we push back, and then finally we win that, and we push out real far. It's like when somebody's holding your head, and you know, like your uncle would when you were wrestling with him when you were a kid, and he'd push up against it, and what happened when he stepped aside and pulled his hand away? You lunged forward. That's exactly what's going on here when that thing pounces out like this. So yeah. And again, I like this one best because it is simple. But again, you can see how this stuff is almost getting into the satellite line. It doesn't quite get there, but it has in the past, but it also kind of goes out here. This does look like this quite often. This isn't like something crazy. The speed, number one, isn't that fast. The density is kind of normal. But with our magnetic field being weaker than what it used to be, this can cause a little bit of issue. Geoelectric field model. Space weather's effect on our electrical grid, or artificial electrical components, wires, transformers, all that kind of stuff. Essentially our electrical grid. Now the question was asked of me this morning, what's the black little things that show up, like boxes, diamond shapes, like that right there? Let me we'll back that up so we can look at that. Okay. See what's happening here? Just so you guys can get an idea of what's going on. This, in my opinion, is a model flaw. Because look what it's doing. It's going from one location to that location directly. Okay? Straight lines. We all know that nature doesn't work in straight lines. This is most certainly a model flaw. They are working on this, I guarantee it, because this thing has gotten a lot better. When they first started posting this model, those things were all over the place. You're always also going to see an anomaly right here and up here because of the mountain chains. Though that's the Appalachians over here, and the Rockies obviously are over here. But nothing crazy going on this model, guys. Okay, let me get the... You guys doing okay in there? Hey, Ricky. Hey, Ricky, I tried to go back and read the chat from our last live stream. If you're getting disrespected, I didn't get a chance to see it, okay? If you're getting, like, disrespected at a high level, use that wrench, okay? I don't want you to have to take any of that crap. I don't care who it's coming from. All right? Please. You know, you got your fellow mods stepped in, I think, and took care of you. But just know that don't let anybody get personal with anybody in this chat room. It's just not what it's for. You know, guys, just to give you a little background on what happened earlier today, somebody came in and was talking about, you know, obviously the flat Earth theory. And I wasn't really going against that. And what I said to him is because they basically called everybody in here stupid. They couldn't believe we believed anything I was showing and what we were talking about. That's how stupid we were, right? That's a personal shot at everybody in the chat room. I didn't care that it came at me. If those comments come at me, leave them there unless they're vulgar. But as soon as they attack another mod or another subscriber or another channel creator personally that has nothing to do with the mind, thought, or idea, get them out of here. Okay? Warn them. They do it again, just boot them. Just saying. It's the way it's got to be. You know? So, with that being said, we will move on. Okay, the CME tracker. This thing is not updating yet for that big one out here in the back. This is the one that happened before that. We've actually had another one happen this direction too, and I'll show it to you here in just a few minutes. Actually, let's just go look at these right now. Okay, this is the 23rd. Okay, you see that kind of pop off there. Not much more there. That's the one that's the one it's showing us right here. Okay, that's stereo A. Now, for those that don't know how to get to the location spot, I'm going to show you how to do that real quick again. If you guys want to know the location of any of the satellites I talk about, just type in the location of stereo A, location of SDO. This is stereo A. I click on that, and it gives me this. Okay? This is a diagram of our inner solar system and some of the satellites that are out there. This is Earth. That's stereo A. Okay, that's stereo B. Don't worry about that because we don't even talk about that anymore. PSP. That's the Parker space probe. That's the one that kissed the sun. They sent it out there to try to figure out why the corona was hotter than the surface. They still don't know why. They got some pretty good ideas, and I'm not going to go into what their theories and stuff are now, but I think there's something else going on with this too. I think it's getting data on other stuff that we're not privy to see. So this is a good way to show you guys the difference of perspective. From stereo A to SOHO was right in front of the Earth, about right here where my cursor is, and SDO is right there. So if I type in location of SDO, oh, I got a B in there, don't I? Watch this. Okay, it takes us here. This is one of the best things you can look at to get an idea of how these satellites, the position of them, and how they're looking at the sun. So if I hit where is SDO right here, I'll click on that. Look what it does. It gives us animation. It shows you this is real time. The dark side of the planet, the location of the satellite, and the direction that it's looking. So if we look here, the satellite's not moving, but it's showing you where the line of sight is and how it relates to the sun. Okay, so if we go down here, again, same kind of thing, but check this out. Okay, SDO sits right out in front of us, just for those that don't know. It's in geosynchronistic orbit, which means it stays in the same spot in relation to the Earth, and it rotates with the Earth, but its eye always stays on the sun. So when this is behind, when the Earth passes between the satellite and the sun, it looks as though we're having an eclipse, but all it's doing is eclipsing the satellite. That's it. And it's usually the Earth. Sometimes the moon will sneak in there, but not always. And there is actually what they call the eclipse season because of the way this thing orbits. There's a season. It's predictable, obviously, but it does this figure 8 pattern. And that's really what causes it to give us some of the freaky looking eclipse stuff. We've seen it like go halfway into the sun and then stop and go the other direction. Reason why is the satellite was up here at its apex and then it started going to the other side. At the exact time, the Earth was in front of it. So that's what happens. So yeah. That's how you guys get to the location of these things. And if you guys go over and look at this stuff, you guys will really have a lot better understanding of what I'm showing you. I try to do the best I can with with all this and try to get it to you guys the best I can, but there's just things you got to go look for yourself, I encourage everything I talk about for you guys to go research. I'm just going to show you observation, give my opinion, and you guys can make up your mind. And I encourage you to do all the research you can. Okay, so this is our view, right? There's the one yesterday. So here comes the one that we were talking about earlier today. First, that one happened, and then boom. Okay, so let me slow it down. Watch this halo in the back. Okay, you see how it just completely inundated the whole capture? Now, when I first looked at that, and I told you guys this, I didn't know what direction it was going. Because from this perspective, we cannot tell if it's going off the back or if it's coming right at us because of this occulter. So how do we know what direction? Well, we have to go to stereo A to figure that out because it's a side view. And when I did that, this is what I seen. Okay, obviously, we know what direction it was going. It was going off the back. And it was big in size, but as far as the speed of it, I'm not sure. Or the density. I don't think it was like traveling like an excessive amounts of speed, but in size, this thing was big. Okay? And the density does have a big effect on how much it affects anything that it hits. They've done a lot of recent peer-reviewed papers on that saying just the same thing I just said. So, yeah. Now I'm gonna pause it right here when that first happens again. I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay, I'm sure half of you guys already seen it, so I'll just leave it right there for a second. I probably don't have to go even with my cursor. Again, I'm not saying it's anything. I don't know. I think Scott's gonna run it. I sent this stuff over to Scott. You know, he's been working, so he's really dedicated still to this at the same time. But I'm sure he'll run this through his software, and we'll see what we get. That's without any kind of peeling back any of the noise. So, yeah. So if I start that and go a little faster, I got it in reverse, okay? I like doing that sometimes because sometimes we can see stuff better that way. I just thought it was kind of crazy that kind of showed up like that. And if that actually ends up being something, this is the size of the sun, this circle right here. So I don't know. See you, Sid. Have a good one, bud. Yeah, I'll probably go, yeah, Jerry, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a possibility. You know, we talk about the stellar cores and stuff. It's definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't think what it is. I'm just not sure I can say that right now until it gets ran through that programming. That's all I'm saying. And again, everything, like I said, it's just my opinion, you know? Yeah. So here's these 3 sunspots. Okay, this is one of the coolest flares, CMEs that I've seen in a while. This is the one I showed you guys yesterday that shot across like a plasma ball across the surface. That was nuts. That was crazy looking. Now, it's happened before, but this one went a pretty good distance. Look at that. It's just neat to look at. You know. So, if we go back to seeds here, and we look, after that halo that we got there, I'm going to fast forward here. Okay, look at our timestamp. It's at 19. It's at 20 right there. Look. We got another ejection happening already. Okay, so what directions that's going, I don't know yet, but we're going to try to find out. Again, earthquakes, guys, this is something else. It had been pretty quiet. So let me back that off a little bit, and you can see this is all the ones we've had today. That's it. There's not many there. We got a 5.3. There's a 5.0. Not police, just 5.0. Okay. This one here just happened in the Philippines. Okay. Now I'm going to change this to all magnitudes. And that's when you really get a good idea of what's actually being done here. Where all the action is. Okay, you see all this? And so if we look at the Canadian map at the same time, see, the whole west coast is always active. And then around the Craton, it's getting more and more active. So, you know, we just got to keep our eyes open, guys. So let's go back here to ISWA. I'm going to hit reset right there. This is stereo A, okay? This is one from the side. Let me start these on an update here. So the stereo A is right here. I'll show you the big CME on the back. Remember, the Earth's over here. So if I move this, anybody didn't see it earlier, it's right here. Okay? I mean, that's, yeah. I just think that's, yeah. Wow. Again, it's not coming at us, so it's really not anything for us to be like really concerned about, other than the fact that we now know that the sun's ready to do stuff like that. And sometimes that's the most valuable thing we can get from those ones that happen on the other side. It just gives us a better idea. Yeah, Pac-Man, exactly. I said that earlier, Angelo. It's awesome. Okay. So, obviously, guys, I mean, you're going to see... Let's do this real quick. All right. I'm just going to toggle this through. And, you know, this is that one sun, that big, huge sunspot. There's a lot of energy over here, guys. Also, we've got a connection right here. That might be a filament kind of laying there. It's actually lit up a couple different times. So I'll back it up a little bit. We'll see it for the first time. Okay, watch it right in here. See that? I don't think it erupted, but there was definitely something on the move there, right? Then it does it again. Well, maybe it did it before that. Sorry. It did do it twice, though. I just don't have it back far enough. So if you guys look over here, you see all this. I'm going to back this off because sometimes just looking at it from a wider view, it'll give us a better idea. See, watch this right here when I do that. So it definitely is, guys, we just got to pay attention to this side. I mean, I don't know what else to say here on that. But the 304, look at that real quick. This is the one that shows us the filaments really good. Okay, so I'm going to pause it there, and we'll grab this. Okay, that's definitely a filament. The one I was showing you over here. Let me zoom in and I'll show you. It's just going to be a dark shadow looking thing, okay? So watch right in here. See it right here? So that's what a filament looks like. It's just hard to see sometimes because the sun's the background. And that's, you know, again, that's what I would say to that. So let's back that off a little bit more. And I'm going to push play and we'll just watch it. Wow, what was that? Okay, watch this, guys. See how it kind of got blurry right there? And then this. Okay? What causes that? You know what causes that? Sometimes solar flares cause that. Sometimes reflections off of other stuff that hits the camera just right causes that. So I can't really give you 100% anything there because I'm not really seeing a flare coming from the sun. Maybe. Right here, maybe. It happened right after that, but that would have to be at the exact right angle to really flood the camera with light like that. So, you know, I can't really give you a definite on why that did that. It's probably not that big of a deal because if it was like a solar flare, we've already had it's already hit us and gone. So, yeah. But you can still see how active stuff is. And that's really why I was showing you guys this one. Now this is going to show us some pretty good pressure, guys. Let me reset this one too. But yeah, this is some pretty decent pressure. I want to pause it and we'll just drag it over. Now the sun's off to the right, okay? Yeah, that big one from earlier was a C4 class flare from like a day ago. It looked like it was bigger on the graph, but it came in as a C4. Okay, notice how we got this like fluctuating pressure behind us right here. This isn't right up on us. We usually don't see it like that. Usually we see this little thin little bit of pressure and that's it. And I have to say, watch this too. Watch the energy spiral in. See that? Why does it do that? Well, it does it because, now see, look at that. Now when I see stuff like that, what's that look like to you? I'm going to tell you what it looks like to me. See this bow shock out here? That's kind of what that looks like. See the double going on? What do we got here? The double going on. Plus all this energy inside the satellite line. So this is some pretty decent hits going on, but let me emphasize this. The Earth is fending this off really well. If it was not, this would be way going crazy. Okay? So with that being said, let's check out the rest of this one. Man. That's a lot, guys. That's quite a bit of pressure. Watch what happens here too. We kind of the Earth's like a capacitor too, guys, okay? It holds pressure like a capacitor. Energy. Eventually it can't hold it anymore and it has to let it go. Watch this. Boom. Right out the back it goes. What's interesting about that is, see how this is open? Watch it close up. See that? And you got little, like, I don't want to call them bow shocks back here, but that's sure as heck what it looks like. That is just some intense pressure, guys. And it ain't stopping. So, with that, that's crazy. The Earth must be doing a really good job of bouncing that stuff off of us. So let's look at this. This is our magnetic lines. Interplanetary magnetic field lines are the blue. That's our connection to the sun, okay, and other celestial objects. Now, anytime you see these IMF lines pile up right here and do something a little crazy, that's really not all that normal. Okay, see that? Really, in a perfect world, these lines should not be broken. They should be straight across. But that never happens. So, because we know we don't live in a perfect world, right? Okay, watch us get hit, and then that's what happens behind us. Just continuous stuff. Now see, watch this, guys. You see these pole lines. What's the natural direction of travel here? If the sun's off to the right, things should be going from the right to the left, right? Watch these pole lines move this way. What caused that? Okay, and then we get hit again. Just constant barrage here. Now look how that went directional. You see how things are kind of going straight? Watch these things start diving this way. Right there. You see those IMF lines kind of dive that way? Wow. That's doing that quite often. Now look at it get pulled that way. Okay, there's a big hit right there. That's a big hit. Look at that. That took some magnetic lines there and just whoppers all of them. Okay, and why we got pole lines doing that? Yeah, guys, that's a lot of action for us not to be like even raising up on our geomagnetic activity, because we're not. You know, look at it. Kind of crazy. I don't know what to say about that, guys. That is definitely something I didn't expect to see. Let's look at this other one real quick. Okay, so we'll look at this one real quick. This is supposed to be the solar wind speed. I'm not sure if I trust the actual accuracy of this, because it really gets really extremely high, and no other tool out there does. I've seen it get up close to 3,000 before. That's kilometers per second. I mean, we're talking 4 million miles per hour. So, yeah, this shows you the direction that the particles are traveling, the wind. Okay, see what I mean? That says 1404. That's over 3 million miles per hour. You know, for roughly every 400 kilometers per second, that would equal just about, not exact, 1 million miles per hour. Just kind of the rule of thumb. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's just showing you right there that Earth's doing her job and really fighting stuff off right there. That definitely, yeah, because we are getting some significant pressure there. Okay. Now, I had a question earlier today, guys. Is everybody doing okay in there, first off? Haven't really looked at the chat much. Let's go. Oh, excuse me. Everybody doing okay? Hey, Jerry, what's up? All right, cool. Somebody asked me where is magnetic north right now. So let's just type in position of magnetic north. Okay. Obviously, we know it's on the move. Okay. I'm not going to really go to Wikipedia. I don't like using that if I don't have to. That's 2019. That's 2020. Well, let's see what this thing has to say, I guess. That's the South Pole there. This is actually showing you lines of magnetism. That's pretty cool. You can kind of see the South Atlantic anomaly here. Back that off some. Oh man, don't show us. That sucks. Trying to get you guys a map here so I can show it to you, because they had to go back and get it. But right here is where it says 2020. I guess that's good enough for what we're trying to figure out here. Yeah, it's moving away from Canada over towards Siberia. Okay, and once it reaches the 40-degree mark, that's the point of no return, from what they say. Okay, if anybody wanted to know. But it is speeding up. We all know that. The exact, I have to dig into this some more. I'm not going to waste your guys' time watching me try to dig through and research this out. I can give you this, but this isn't so accurate. I can tell you that right now. Screw your cookies, man. I hate that. Yeah, see, the last time that this plotted was here. That's a prediction. It actually ended up being not in that spot. Let's trying to find one that's more up to date. What's this one? Nope. That gives you kind of a good idea, okay? That's geographic north. This is where it's at right now, I guess, is what it's saying. But it's moving in that direction. So once it gets to 40-degree latitude, they're saying that it's not going to turn around. It's not going to migrate back. You know, and again, all that is complete theory until we see it happen. Because none of us have been here for that. The record keeping back in the day was not as good as what we got now. What's this? Oh, it's showing you how much it's moving per year. Huh. But that's a different era. It looks like anyway. Wish I had a better answer for you guys there. I can, like I said, I'll research it out and figure out exactly where it's at, and I'll bring it to you guys in the next video. So, yeah. You guys got any more questions? What's up, Axe? $36.2 degrees. What's that, Ricky? I'm sorry. Hey, Mighty Mark. Yeah, it's definitely on the move. Angela, did I check out the email? I haven't had a chance, guys. I've been really busy. Again, guys, my dad has the global illness, and so does my mom and my sister. They're both getting better, but my dad has issues, okay? He's got issues that he's fought with for a long time. It's really dangerous for him. Oh, okay, so you're saying that the position is 36? Okay. Latitude? All right. I could buy that for sure. Yeah. So, we got Rip Curl. What's up? Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, Ricky. 36.2 degrees, magnetic north. Yeah, Lisa, he does. You know, Mavstar, he's been doing this for a few years. He operates an observatory over there. Yeah, I'll stop my comments there. I like his channel. I think he does some pretty good work. But yeah. What about the Aurora? Good question. There's not going to be any increase in Aurora unless we're getting geomagnetic activity. So, yeah. Okay, Angelo, go for it, brother. Teresa, hey, what's up? Happy Thanksgiving back to you. Has the Earth tilted more? Miss J, I don't know. That is one thing that it's hard to show if it's actually doing that. We know that it has a natural tilt anyway. You know, that's what help causes our seasons. But is it doing something really, really crazy? Is it just doing little stuff here and there? There's a lot of theories. There really is. And there's a lot of good theories out there. And not really from the mainstream. There's a lot of questions about certain things that that can't be answered. And when that happens, that really, that's where we got to be looking at. Really, your earliest day is December 7th? That's kind of crazy. Wow. It should be the winter equinox, and that's kind of what you're saying, I think, that it's off. Yeah, Miss J, I mean, that's a lot of observations that we've kind of all been seeing. Here's the thing. When we talk about, like, the sun rising in the wrong place and all that kind of stuff, the only way that we're ever going to, and I'm not saying that we're not seeing that, because I think it's possible that we could be, all right? So let me say that first and foremost. But the best thing we can do to actually show somebody that's doing that, we're going to have to show our own data. And the only way we get that data is to compare our observation from year to year. Day to day, all of that. And if we start seeing a fluctuation that's not supposed to be normal, that's when we have something to say to the masses. It takes a little bit of that to really get people to believe that's what we're seeing. I think we all kind of feel things are off. I mean, I really do. But the only way we're ever going to be able to show anybody and get them to actually be like, yes, that's actually happening, what the heck is going on, is to do that data collection. And unfortunately, I wasn't even, I wasn't smart enough to do that myself yet either. I would love for everybody to take position each day, and look up at the sun. We can go to the sites that tell us where it's supposed to be, and we can compare it and just write it down, whatever that reading is. And if we did that for 2 years, I know it sounds like a long time, but it's really not. At least we could compare last year to this year. So yeah, I'm with you, Paul. I think things are off. I really do. But I wasn't forward thinking enough myself even to, understand that I needed to be getting that data. Show people the data. That's what has to happen for anybody to take it serious. Because we're all like-minded people right here. And we can all go outside and we can look and all that. But to get somebody that doesn't believe what we're saying to believe us, we would have to have something like that. You know what I mean? Post some sites we can go to for, like, sunrise, sunset, position of the sun at those times. Is that what you're trying to... That's your question there, Miss J? I can go get some and post them for you next video. But you could probably just type it in. What is the position of the sun on what's tomorrow, the 25th? November 25th at 8 a.m. If you type that into a search engine somewhere, it's going to take you to a site that's going to give you, that kind of data. It's really not that, that hard to find that kind of data. But what we need to do is we need to take that data and compare it to what our visual observation is showing us each day. And if we do that for a period of time, and we can show that there is a migration, stuff moving, that's when we can get people that don't think things are all messed up to believe us. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I haven't seen anybody do that. And I don't know why. I really never researched that particular part of this conversation that much. So that's probably why I haven't done it. But yeah, the best thing we can do is go look for it, find it, take data every day without fail. Takes 2 seconds to look outside and find the declination, the degree there of what it is, and figure out if that's normal or not. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting theories out there, ain't there, David? I mean, there is. There's a bunch. There really is. I mean, there's so many theories out there, guys. So many. I agree, River Rain. I agree. Have a good one, River Rain. Be safe. Yeah. Oh, really? That sucks. I hate to hear that when the whales do that to themselves. You said New Zealand? Right? That was today? Did that happen today or did that happen yesterday? Carolyn, do you know? Because I would be curious because we had that solar flare hit over there, then that earthquake in that same area. I would just be curious to see if maybe the solar flare had an influence on that, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Hootie and the Blowfish is awesome. That was yesterday? Well, that's when the flare happened. So, I mean, I guess it could be something like that, depending on what time it was. But anyway, guys, listen. Here is where I'm going to be for the next few hours. My goodness. You guys should come over here and laugh with me, man. I mean, seriously. You guys will love it over here. For those that haven't been over to Mark's channel, I know I do this at the end of every one of my streams. But he's singing right now. He does a good job with the music. He does face swaps, celebrity impressions. So let's go over here and show him some Wages Family love. Go give him a little bomb here. Let's get his mood boosted. Yeah, Barbara, I don't think Scott did. That's something a lot of us really missed it. Back at you, Rip. Back at you, man. Paula, good to see you. Come over here and hang out with us over at Mark's. You guys won't regret it. Here's the stream, the link again. So I'm going to head over there. I want you guys to come over with me and just hang out and laugh with me in the chat. I'll be over there talking and stuff, guys. So, yeah, Jerry, back at you. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. Mods, I love all you guys. Subscribers, love you too. Thanks for everything you guys have done. Angelo, I promise you I will go check out that email tonight. So, let me go look at it. But, come hang out with us over here. Give him some love. And God bless. Yahusha saves. And you can drink this Kool-Aid.